The Loud Spot podcast uses adult humor and adult language in its broadcast. It may be unsuitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, we are idiots. Please don't take anything we say offensive or to heart.
Oh, no! Oh, boy! Ah, here it comes! The motherfucking Loud Spot!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, hanging out with my producer, Sam, joining us. And then we got Telle, who's in a band called The Word Alive. And it is Telle, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It could have been a silent E. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible it could have been a silent E. A band that is with Thriller Records. And let me tell you, Bob has a bunch of great bands. Yeah. With Thriller Records now. And The Word Alive, I heard your music video or watched your music video, and I also heard it for Slow Burn. And as I was watching it, I was like, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I was like, man, these guys are gonna be fucking big one day. And then I was like, oh, 90,000 subscribers. Hold on a second. Let me go to my Spotify real quick. Went to Spotify, I was like, oh, almost 2.5 million monthly listeners. I was like, well, no wonder they fucking sound good, dude. You guys, yeah.
This is the normal thing with Sebastian. So, you know, I've turned him on to new bands consistently since the 3 years that we've almost been doing this. Bands he's never even heard of. And he's like, how have I not heard of these guys? I said, it's just one of those things, you know, they don't, spend too much money trying to create big marketing accounts and stuff like that. They just play to their fans. It's like, Pierce the Veil, Born of Osiris. Like the first time we met, Telle, was Born of Osiris show. It was 2012. Yeah, when I had to reschedule it and put it in and then we had.
Was that at the hotel?
It was at the hotel. It was at the hotel. Remember, because we kept blowing fuses. Remember, we were trying to figure out, and I was pissed at the sound guy. I was like, I thought you said we had enough power, and then somebody, I think it was I the Breather, someone was using like 5,000 watt amps on top of the 5,000 watt amps. So that's why we kept tripping the breaker. And then I got my sound guy that I normally work with in, and he's like, who figured out the stuff. So, but that's when I discovered you guys. And I was like, dude, these guys, I love these guys. Now the music you're creating now, a lot different, a lot more commercial, a lot more money potential. But it is one of those things where it's like, you just didn't know that these are bands that they cater to a metalcore kind of crowd. They don't worry about trying to be the next, Foo Fighters or at that time the next Metallica. It's great if they can, but they want to stay true to who they are. And I said, if you know Telle, he'll stay true to who he is. That's who he is. So.
I just make music I like, and that means something to me, and when it can mean something to other people, that's just kind of like the bonus.
Right.
So we have some things to talk about on the show, which you kind of already know about, Telle. But before we get into that, I do want to ask, I guess the word alive, you could have picked any word, but you picked the word alive. The word alive started off as, I know, dad joke, horrible joke, just fake laugh. Okay. Sam, shut up.
We'll add it in later.
It started off as a side project that wound up taking off. Is that accurate?
No.
See, okay, hold on. All these questions.
I'm sorry, Sebastian.
I blame you.
I do. Okay, Tiffany and I do all the pre-show work for all that stuff. Now, granted, Tabitha didn't give me any kind of. She gave me the press release for the upcoming single and stuff like that, but I know I have to pull a lot of these past stuff for Sebastian to kind of get a good example of what he's going to ask, kind of thing. But this is good. This is golden right here. Keep asking away, Sebastian.
Go ahead. So deny everything.
Band just formed as a normal band, not as a side project. And then what actually happened is, so the original singer, Craig Mabbitt, who sings in Escape the Fate, before he joined Escape the Fate, he was in The Word Alive, and they had just done a couple demos. He got sent the offer to join Escape the Fate, which he took, and then he wanted to turn The Word Alive into a side project, which is when they said no, kicked him out, and then I tried out. And me and Craig are very good friends. He's literally on our new record. It's kind of a little musical chairs situation there, but I think we both ended up exactly where we were meant to be. But yeah, that was the thing. The Word Alive never had any intention of being a side project.
Okay, now let's lie and say Corey from Slipknot or Stone Sour saw you online and said, "I'm going to create this band." No, just kidding. Dad jokes. Sorry. It's been
anything Corey does is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's all we do is dad jokes. Speaking of things that are not true, I was told that at one point you said, and this is before this show started, so the audience knows what I'm talking about here. Okay. I asked you, I said you had quoted or said your ultimate goal was to play on Mars. And you said pretty much good luck getting me into outer space.
Yeah. You said that was from the Houston.
Right. So this came from the Houston Press, August 23rd, 2012.
I was gonna say
the
last interview. Yeah, I know Jeff. I think the last interview we did was maybe in like 2015 or something like that, or 2016. Nice guy. I have zero recollection of that. I personally, maybe I was just saying something to say something because who knows? Because I don't want to go to space. I have no intention of being in a rocket launching off Earth. I don't want to go in a submarine. I don't want to go on a cruise. Like, I'm totally fine with being on land or flying when I have to. But yeah, I have no intention of playing on Mars.
Are you a nervous flyer?
No, I'm not a nervous flyer. I like when I get to where I'm going. I don't like the travel part. It's, I'm like one of those people, I have to get to the airport extra early because I hate the stress of like showing up late to an airport and you're rushing. You're like, am I going to make my flight? I would rather get there early and chill than to like be one of those people. It's like, you only need 45 minutes. Oh, it's like, let's cut it close. I hate that. So I'm like that with all travel though. Like, I'd rather like get there and be early and have time to chill than to be like, try to be right on time.
You should hear his bus calls, how he's yelling at all his other band members. Why aren't you here 2 hours before getting on the bus?
For me, I'm like, if there's nothing going on, I'm like, let's get out of here. Like, let's go. Because if we're on a bus, like, it doesn't really matter that much. But if we're in like a Sprinter, like we have been recently, I'm trying to get to the hotel and go to sleep.
Right.
So, okay. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to outer space for a second.
No,
he didn't lose me.
Calm down, Joe Rogan. No one wants to go to outer space.
I'm thinking in my head as he's telling me this story. All I could think about is, okay, what if hypothetically the Word Alive gets offered to play a show on Mars? It's like with Slipknot and like Papa Roach and Falling in Reverse and Motionless in White, and you got to go on the spaceship to go to Mars, and you get paid $1 million to do it.
I mean, obviously, I would. But I want to say that's my dream. It's my worst nightmare that it's like you're paying me enough to like risk dying. I'm like, all right, I guess. Like, yeah, my family would be like, why did you turn down $1 million for one show? Like, idiot. No, I mean, yeah, of course. I think there's like there's a price for everything. Like, someone who's like, I hate snakes. It's like, okay, well, for $1 million, would you do? It's like a lot of people. It's like you don't hate it so much that you would spite your entire future.
I would. You know what I would do? I would not jump out of an airplane for $5 million. Because I know I will die on the way down of a heart attack.
Yeah,
and then my chute still won't open. If I didn't have my chute wouldn't open, I would turn down, swear to God, anything. And I would do the Mars show, but I would not do it in a submarine. No freaking way. Especially after that submarine shit just happened.
Well, you can't take a submarine to space, Sebastian.
I'm saying I wouldn't do it in the middle of the ocean. I don't think you're
in any danger of the submarine in space. Then.
Exactly.
I'm saying I wouldn't go into deep.
It's kind of the same thing, though.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's an encapsulated. What he's saying is an encapsulated.
Oh,
vessel.
yeah,
And if anything happens, you can't be saved.
Right.
You're out in space. You're in a little canister. If something goes wrong and it's going to explode or crush or whatever,
An aerosol can and fly through
yeah.
space.
It's the same. It's the same.
I think I would rather die exploding in outer space than drowning in a submarine.
I mean, look, it's going to be instantaneous either way. So
I don't know.
I mean,
the skydiving wouldn't be instantaneous. But I would skydive for $5 million for sure.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to get him to go skydiving for at least maybe our 45th or our 50th, age birthday, but no, he won't do it. I mean, I have to book shows for him on the ground level. He can't even be up high because he doesn't like being up that high.
I don't even want to change my light bulb, to be honest with you. I don't want to change my light bulb. Okay, but a cruise now back to reality. A cruise ship you would do, even though you don't like cruises, is that something you would still consider doing, like having your band play on a cruise?
Yeah, I mean, we've had to take the ships, like we've toured Europe, and you have to like take your bus on, and then it takes you across, and you essentially ride on a cruise ship for like a day or two, like going to like Norway, Finland, like that area. You have to take a cruise ship essentially, and I would do, obviously Shiprocked,
Yeah, I was gonna say Shiprocked. There you go.
Yeah, like I would do those for sure. I'm just like, my idea of fun off tour, if I had the money and I'm gonna go on vacation or do something, it's not gonna be on a cruise.
You go to Turkey, right?
Yeah, I did go to Turkey.
We're going to talk about your Turkey trip. We're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we're going to talk about your Turkey trip, and then we're going to talk about the song Slow Burn and play that music video. So we'll be right back with Telle from The Word Alive. All right, so let's talk about your trip to Turkey. I've never been to Turkey. Is that like, did the band play there, or was that like a personal vacation for you?
Personal vacation, which I have not had many of in my life. But my girlfriend has kind of like this bucket list of places she wants to go. She loves traveling, and she's like very into different cultures and experiencing as many different places in history. We're both very big in history, so I can't remember where it was. I think I was on tour. And she was like, she just sent me like this photo, I think. And I was like, oh, like you're going to Turkey? And she's like, no. She's like, look, like
we're going to Turkey.
It was 2 tickets. And she's like, she's like, we're going to Turkey. And I was like, okay, like,
right.
I go anywhere. I like to travel as well, especially as I've gotten older. I've toured all over the world, but it's different when it's like somewhere you choose to go, and you can be like, oh, I love this city, like let me hang out longer, instead of like, okay, you have like 1 hour before doors and then you play a show and then you're tired and that. So for me, I definitely enjoy exploring other parts of the world, and Turkey has so much history. It's just like insane. So yeah, I went to a bunch of mosques, museums, a castle, some ruins. Just it's got a ton of history.
I'm with you. Romania is my destination.
What? Romania?
Yeah, dude, Romania.
I want to pick Turkey or Romania.
Egypt's another one, but it's a little hot right now. So
she's going to Egypt in August. No. Yeah, she's going to Jordan and Egypt.
I will actually plug a good tour company if you guys ever want it. It's called EF Tours. They do a great job. They have a lot of great security. You tour
where at?
EF Tours. It's online.
But like where do they?
All over. Whatever you want. Yeah, you get set up. I mean, we're set up for Germany in 2024. But Romania, Bora Bora, those kind of places like that. I'm with you, man. I love history, and I want to see as much as I can before I kick the bucket.
Yeah, I'd want to go to Ireland or.
I was there.
I want to go.
I'm brown. I'm brown, so I don't pick the Hispanic countries or the Middle Eastern countries. I pick the white-haired or red-haired white countries. That's where I want to go. Visit Ireland, Scotland, Isle of Man. I like the Iceland, Greenland. I think it'd be cool with all those castles they have there. I'm Puerto Rican. I don't even want to go to Puerto Rico, at all. I mean, don't tell my parents that. They don't watch my show anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I was going to ask you. Oh yeah, your song. I was going to ask you about Turkey, the food. When you're there, do you get worried about like whenever you go eat somewhere? Does it cross your mind like, what if I get food poisoning?
No, I like very much embrace like the culture of wherever I'm at. Like I don't go to like, I wasn't gonna go to Turkey and then get like McDonald's or something. It's like I'm not like that. I'm like I want to go to like the authentic places. Like no matter where I'm at in the world, I eat very traditionally to the local cuisine. Which I mean, in most of the Middle East, it's basically Greek Mediterranean. There's a lot of kebabs. Yeah. It's like it's very well cooked meat, and there's not really that fear. Like it's their specialty, and they've been doing it for thousands of years. Like if anything, it's you're more likely to get food poisoning in the States from places trying to cook, outside of their culture.
We're calling you out, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, so
Chick-fil-A.
So I love absorbing the culture, and I eat as traditional as I can everywhere I go.
We had the same conversation when I was in Iraq for the Marine Corps, and everyone, the biggest safety brief was don't eat the local food. And I was like, why? Well, just in case you get sick. And I said, they eat it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they're accustomed to it though.
Yeah. You're going to get bubble guts from no matter what you eat, something new to your system. Like
that's
MSG,
true.
Stuff like that.
But there's a lot less in the content, like it's a lot more natural. Like there's so many things in the States in particular. I mean, even a place like McDonald's is worse for you in the US than it is in like Germany. And there are a lot worse ingredients and a lot more ingredients. So like to me, it's like you're eating way healthier. At least for me, I have almost never had an issue anywhere in the world eating something new. But I also eat like that in the States. Like I don't eat junk food. I really try not to, obviously every once in a while, but yeah, I try to eat healthy. I try to stay healthy. And I mean, I think a lot of those places, it's like the person who's never tried anything weird. Like I eat everything. I'm not picky. I like a wide range of stuff. So to me, I've never really had an issue with it.
Sebastian, on the other hand, is very picky.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I eat everything.
I distinctly remember you bitching and complaining one time when I was like, "Hey, we got to eat breakfast. The nearest place is a Shoney's," and you threw a fit.
Because it was horrible. It's horrible, like buffet, fat American food.
I will say Shoney's is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
But then he wanted to go to Waffle House, and I was like, "There's no green stuff."
Waffle House is better than Shoney's, I would say.
That was the only.
I grew up in the Midwest. Midwest. Like they're cooking it right in front of you on a flat. Whatever. To me, you might have a little bit more grease, but it's probably actually better.
I needed green foods in my system.
Telle, we're boys, bro. We can go wherever you can. You come to Oklahoma or Kansas, you let me know. We'll go wherever you want to eat. Okay, let's talk about your song "Slow Burn," and I'm gonna say what I think it's about, but it's probably not. Okay, is it about a car crash and everything goes in slow motion? Does that ring a bell at all, or no?
All right. First of all, I think he was high when he probably watched.
No, it says. I'll read it verbatim. On the email, hold on.
That's a metaphor for.
Yeah, it's a metaphor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it about?
I mean, I think in life in general, there are lots of different types of people, and there are people with like avoidant personality types. There are people who are like very communicative, like very emotionally vulnerable. Some people who are like very closed off. And when you have like a wide range of emotions, you're going to intertwine those with different relationships you have in your life, whether that's friend, business, romantic, or otherwise. So Slow Burn is essentially, it's a portion of a story that I experienced and went through where when you don't communicate and you're not like hearing the other person, and they're saying something, and there's a difference between listening and hearing and like absorbing what someone's saying versus just hearing the words. And so there's a line in that song that says, didn't listen because it's not what you asked. It's like you're doing this thing and you feel like that's what they want or they need. But in all reality, that's the opposite of what they needed or wanted. And they were trying to get through to you. But because you're so caught up in your own life and in your own perspective and your own whatever, that you're missing the point. And so when that happens, just naturally, you're two people, you start to split apart. And that's kind of what the song is about, where it's like the slow burn of one person drifting from the other and the other not realizing it until it's too late. And then you have that feeling of like, how can I fix this? I would do anything. And, in reality, there are a few different ways that can go. And, just from the life experience I have, it's like you can either begin that communication process and salvage certain things in any type of relationship, or sometimes you just have to let it go because you realize that, the relationship of whatever kind ran its course, and you need to then take the best that you've learned from the relationship and then you carry that on into your life and you just do better the next time. And, sometimes people grow apart, very much because that's kind of like their path that they're on, where they're going different directions. And then some people, it's from a lack of communication, and you can overcome that when it's two people who that's what they decide.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's like Sebastian. He didn't hear a word you just said.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I heard everything you just said, but I'm reading what you put. This song is like a vision of yourself getting into a car crash in slow motion. You're helpless and nobody can save you but yourself, but it's too late. Is it a vision or is it inevitable? So when I first said a car crash thing, that was kind of touching the point.
So it's kind of like reliving it, like when you're on the side and you see, then you can go backwards and you see all these moments that you would maybe change or want to fix, but you can't because it's already happened. And so it's the inevitability of like you reach this point. And maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, maybe it's a year, whatever timeline it took to get to this point, you can't go back. But you can look at it and it feels like slow motion because you could probably then analyze it, pinpoint all these things. You're like, man, like, okay, I get it. And that's what makes bro. And that's what makes it feel.
It's too deep for Sebastian. It's way too deep for Sebastian. His brain just went snap.
I'm like, huh? No, it's good. It's good.
But I would say that's life in general. I'm a divorcee, right? And I learned that what I did in the past, I cannot duplicate in the future if I want to have healthy relationships.
Correct.
Sebastian and I, we fight all the time, right? We're a married couple. We fight all the time, but we learn to apologize. We learn to move on. We learn to admit faults and say, okay, I'm willing to change some things. Okay, more so than me, Sebastian, he thinks he's perfect. So that's what happens. You know how you guys are with management. You're like, it's your fault that we're not big as you're. We're not as big as. Blame Sam. That's right.
For everything. Let's listen to this song because we only got not that much longer left.
Yeah.
All right, here is Slow Burn by The Word Alive. Here we go.
Killing us slowly. Catch me because I know I'm falling slowly. I burn if it meant you'd love me. Feels like I'll never learn in this life, always taking turns. I gave everything I had, didn't listen cause it's not what you asked. What will it take to forgive the lies? There's no hope inside your eyes. And now I sit and question why I'm killing us slowly. Catch me cause I know I'm falling slowly. I burn if it meant to love me. You just see all the nights that have made you cry. I fucked up.
we go, man. That is a fantastic song. That's why when I heard that, I was like, who are these guys again? And I did all this research, and I was like, fuck, I've been sleeping. I have been snoozing.
Now you're awake.
Now I am the word awake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a band called The Word Awake.
Did you film?
If we're just gonna, it's a tribute to The Word Alive. We're just gonna do covers of your music. The shittier recordings is what we're gonna do.
Did you film that outside of the house, or?
Uh,
I wish my house looked like that. No.
Oh, okay. That's a Phoenix house. I could tell that right now.
No, it's actually in LA.
Oh, did you film it?
Another lie.
I've lived in LA for 12 years.
I thought you lived in Phoenix.
No, only Zach does.
Oh, okay. Zach does. All right.
Yeah.
Zach, shout out to Zach.
Are you at
Arizona's too hot for me.
I can't pronounce his last name, but Zach from Powerline Management. There you go.
No, Zach Hansen. Zach Yoshioka is a promoter that is not in the Word
I'm gonna stop listening to the emails and do my own research on everyone.
I've been trying to get you to do that for a long time. I'm a busy man. I manage bands too.
Zach Yoshioka has never worked for the Word Alive or been in the Word Alive.
Oh, okay.
He used to promote. He's not even a promoter anymore. He's just manages bands now.
Yeah.
You should just say no one in the band lives in Arizona. We're all from like freaking Michigan.
Well, he talked about Craig, who Craig lives in Phoenix, and we just had Eric on from the band, who's also in Dead Rabbits as well. So I just thought you lived in Phoenix this whole entire time. Like even back in the day, I thought you lived in Phoenix.
I lived in Phoenix from 2008. 9 and 10 and in January 2011.
So I'm right, Sebastian. I did their show when I bought the tour package. He was living in Phoenix.
I actually was living in Las Vegas then.
Where I'm at right now in a hotel.
This is the best non-knowing fact show that we've ever had, and this is probably the worst. Not worst show. I love the show. I'm just saying it's probably the worst information.
all the wrong information.
Man. Poor Telle, he's like, I came here with the purpose to talk about my music, and then you guys get on here. And you guys
but we are going to get out of here. But before we get out of here, I do want to talk about your upcoming shows, and tours that you have going on.
Yeah. Are you asking me?
That would be a question that sounded like not a question.
So he has this big habit of saying something that's not, it's a question, but it's formed in more of a statement. And he said he's going to improve on it, but he never does.
No, I don't.
You're like, we're going to talk about your upcoming shows.
Yeah.
What do you want to know about them? Yes, we do have them. We are thewordalive.com. Check out all the dates. We have 4 shows supporting Underoath, The Ghost Inside, We Came as Romans in August. One of which is in Tempe at the Marquee Theater, so a hometown show for us. And then we have
it's going to be sold out, guys. Get your tickets early. It's going to be sold out.
Yeah, it's getting pretty close.
Within like 2 weeks, 3 weeks of it showing up, it's always sold out every time.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. And then we have 3.5 weeks of the Hard Reset Tour, which is our headliner, leg 1, which is full US with one Canadian show. And then we're back home, and the record will be out.
What game show is that where they ask a question but they respond with answers? Is that Jeopardy?
Jeopardy.
Yeah, that's Jeopardy.
Well, this is the Jeopardy podcast show.
Yeah,
where I say a statement and the band has to figure out how to respond with a question. What is am I going on tour?
With a shitty host on top of that. Alex Non-Trebek.
Hey, I don't care. I'll take a non-Trebek all day. I think we covered everything.
I do want to ask real quick. Telle, I noticed your pinky and your ring finger are all messed up.
What'd you do? I broke my finger a few days ago.
Doing what?
Playing basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a girlfriend. That's what I was like. I thought you did something like this to her, like shut up, bro, or something. She's like, let me break this finger real quick.
No toxic relationships for me these days.
Yeah, not yet.
I play pickleball and I play basketball too. I'm just not very good at either sports. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got. I'm done talking. I guess that's all the time we got. Everyone, if you're listening to this show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on all podcasting platforms. Telle, please stay there till after the outro song plays. That's all the time we got, everyone. Thanks for watching. Peace out, rock on, and much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have his back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. Our pimp host has to pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.